Hi, Stephen from Evergreen Fields. Today we're going to go through the new Schmitz Ally bulk tipping trailers that we recently took delivery of from the guys in Ashbourne Truck Centre. Because we went new this time, it gave me the chance to basically spec the trailer the way I wanted it. So the main thing for me really was, because we deliver into farmyards, I wanted a nice, short, neat trailer with a nice short wheelbase. So to be fair, I went through the spec of the trailer with Sarah in Ashbourne. We got the trailer spec'd exactly the way I wanted and I'm very happy. So we'll start from the top of the trailer and go through some of the spec, general stuff that's on the trailer and some of the extras that come with it. So our cover, nice green cover to go with the colours of our logo, which is green and white. The cover on this trailer is, it's an electric cover and it's operated with the cable system. So basically it's opening and closing. It goes from if it's closed from the rear, it opens to the front. And obviously when it closes, it's going from the front back. So you're not rolling over a cover, which is really handy and really easy to use. The body of the trailer, it's an aluminium body. We went with the white paint on the side of it to go with the colours of the truck. Fairly straightforward. We'll take you around and show you the back of the trailer. So the back of the trailer, we have a couple of manual clamps that you open with your hand, which is very easy to use. A safety feature on this trailer is the back door of the trailer can't open until you get in and actually start tipping. So when you start tipping the trailer, the 4 clamps on the bottom, as you can see here, these release and open the door. So it's a good safety element on this trailer. The only thing we added extra to the back door of the trailer is the 6-inch gate valve. We have to put this on the back of the trailers because some of the treatment plants where we load, it's pumped in the back door. That's the rear of the trailer. So again, both sides of the body are exactly the same. Nice, smooth plank cider. And we'll take you right up to the front of the trailer for the bulkhead, which again I'm going to be saying a lot about this trailer. It's compact, neat and tidy and user friendly. So the bulkhead is up a little bit higher here for your connections, which is, it's easier to plug in your air fittings and your electrical auxiliaries, your ABS and your tip and hose. On some of the other trailers that we have, the connections are down here lower, and it can happen when you're picking the trailer, accidentally bang in and maybe break or damage those on the front of the trailer. So nice, neat, tidy setup. So we'll move on to the chassis of the trailer, and as you can probably gather, it's all dipped galvanized chassis that's on this trailer, which is a great feature. You're not touching up or you're not having to sandblast or paint the trailer as it gets older. So a nice feature on this trailer, what we spec'd it with is a vibrator. So we've got these on each side of the trailer. And essentially what the whole idea of these is, when you're tipping the trailer, there can be at times there might be a ton, maybe a little bit less, maybe 2 tons stuck in the trailer. When the vibrator is switched on, it'll basically vibrate anything that's in the trailer out of the trailer. You're left with a nice clean body, and in return you have a nice empty tailweight for reloading. So as we move further back, our controls here, so just switch it on and we want to uncover the trailer. And to close it in again, click back to cover. Simple as that. Also, what comes with the trailer is a handheld remote control. So you can basically have the remote in the cab of your truck, and that allows you from the cab to open and close your trailer. Standard enough are Jost landing legs. Jost, very good brand. Because we do a lot of picking and dropping, Jost is probably one of the best brands that you'll have in landing legs. We've got our grain chute here, which we actually won't be using, but it comes part of the trailer. So further down, we've got our Wabco onboard computer system, which records all the data that's going on in your running gear with your trailers, monitoring your brakes, your tyre pressures, any faults or codes that come up. We've got a couple of switches here, which is your vibrating plate. So basically you can switch it on and off from here, or it's set on automatic when you tip the trailer to come on. Again, we have our controls here for parking and shunting, which are standard on every trailer, and also we can lower the body, lower the chassis with the switch up and down. Again, we've it set to automatic, so when the trailer starts, before the trailer starts tipping or as it starts tipping, the airbags on the chassis deflate to stabilise the trailer. So moving to the rear here again, to the back of the trailer, we have our crash bar. And again, very simple and easy to use if need be. This folds up. Out of the way. So again, very handy if you're tipping or tight for space. You can fold that up out of the way, tip your load, and you've no dirt or muck on your crash bar. So it's a tri-axle trailer, which is pretty standard now. We went with the front lift axle, Schmitz own axle with an R-brim caliper on Bridgestone tyres. So just to touch on the calipers, obviously I went with disc brakes. And my main reason for that is I find drum brakes very labour intensive. So with the disc brakes, we've found labour wise, it's a lot easier and faster and more economical, we have found, to run trailers on disc brakes. Another feature we have here is your hub meter also. And that's pretty much the spec of the trailer. So look, I'm excited with getting these on the road. As I said, we've 4 of them. It's going to be interesting to see how we get on with trailers, because we've so many in the fleet. Having 4 of the Schmitz in the fleet and they're new, we're going to be really interested to see maintenance wise how they perform.